Hey everybody, welcome to Monday Night with Mama Bear. We are here, excited that you're here to joining us tonight. The really excited y'all are here. We have got I'm just the rock star of the flavor of the quarter, man. Breia Loft is making waves. Not only has she lost 117 pounds and gotten into a size freaking 4, but she is killing this. She's already signed up 2 partners this month, one of them with an X Advanced Plus, one of them with an X Plus Plus, and not only that, but her new partner has already signed up people. So she's doing the things that we are all looking to do, and I'm so excited for her success. And she's doing that on top of her midwifery. How do you say that? Is that right? Job.
Midwifery, that was right. Good job.
Thank you. That job, plus mama to a teenager, plus she just moved, plus she's in a program to get her doctorate. Are we going to call you Dr. Loft?
Yeah.
So we're going to have a doctor on
You could be
Dr.
like, we have
Loft.
a doctor on the team.
Yeah. is getting her doctorate. So we're introducing the future Miss Dr. Breia Loft. Breia, talk to us
Thank
about
you.
and where did the shift happen? Because we you've been in a long time just like me, and it was there was a time when all of us had go through this thing. Where did the shift happen for you to get you out of the funk that you were in and say, Zingular's the thing that's going to work for me. I'm going to do this, and this is what I'm going to do. When was that, and what was it?
Um, I've kind of, I really haven't had time to explore that very much because it's been blowing up, and every single moment that I have that isn't obligated to somebody that pays me, I have been doing Zingular the past few weeks. And I feel like the shift happened probably a little bit after there's a lot of combination, but I feel like the shift happened when I started putting self-care as a priority, because you cannot, it's a cliche, but you cannot pour from an empty bucket. You can't. If I literally had felt like I was in a hole with water pouring on top of my head, starting in about early or a year ago. So many things. There is not enough time on this Zoom to say personally what's happened in my family and my life in the last year, but it's been a hard journey. There's been some good things, but there's been some really, really hard things. And I was mad at God. Why, like, what do you want from me? Kind of thing. And I'm driving, so that's why I'm not looking, because I really want to make sure I'm safe. But and instead of I shifted from, instead of being angry and wondering what is happening, what are you doing? What is happening here? And I turned to him. And I'm not trying to preach a sermon, but for me, I turned to him and crying out for help. Just I need help. I need help getting out of this hole. Physically, I had gained a lot of my weight back, almost close to all of it, probably within 20 pounds of the 90 pounds that I had lost. And I felt horrible. I was exhausted again. Plus, I had all this extra stress. So I didn't have any coping mechanisms. None. Absolutely none. And then I had school. So I felt like I started doing those daily things with him. And then I started doing the daily things for me. And I got back on my products 100%. And I found an way of eating along with the products that was doable for me, that is very close to the plan, but maybe just a little bit individualized for me and my schedule and my hunger needs and all those things. Then I added exercise. So it was like little things kind of all at once, but together they made this big like inner confidence. So yes, losing the weight. Yes, sleeping better. And at the same time, as I'm turning to God, go figure, and doing all these things, the things in my life that were causing so much stress started to get better. My son got better. My husband was healing from his horrible broken ankle where he couldn't put weight on it for 12 weeks. He had a blood clot. He had another blood clot. He had an infection. Like, I moved when my husband couldn't walk. Like, we moved to a new house literally when my husband couldn't walk. So, but we moved to the house. Everything's in. Everything's fine. My son is doing fantastic. I made straight A's again for the semester, and I have my personal relationship back with God. And so since I have my personal relationship with him, I'm sharing everything when I go to him in the morning and talk to him. And I said, I need for you to help me keep this fire going. The way I feel, I want everybody to feel this way. I see the potential. The products work. I feel fantastic. What am I doing? Like, this is what I'm supposed to do. And it was like coals that started burning. And now I have that gigantic bonfire that we used to have in the 80s at the start of the football season that you felt like was going to burn the school down. That's what I feel like now. But it started with little bitty coals. They were smoldering, but then I added more and more fire starter. So it started with crying out to him. It started then self-care. Then I added more self-care, like I'm doing Pilates, I'm doing Peloton, I'm taking my products like you're supposed to. What a concept. And all
Yeah.
so just run with it. I've just run it. I can barely sleep. I'm so excited. I'm not sleeping because I can't sleep. I'm having a hard time going to sleep, and I'm all excited, and I'm doing all the things that I already knew how to do. It was in me. I just wasn't doing them. So I don't, that's a very long answer to that question, but I don't know. I did little things like remembering when I was healthy, when I felt good. I mean, even before Ziegler, what was I doing? What were my daily habits? And I even pulled out my Ray-Ban sunglasses I had in high school that my dad had kept all these years. And I started wearing my Ray-Ban sunglasses from 1987. And I know that sounds so stupid, but it's like just these little things that remind me, there you are. There's that girl that used to be, and just going with it. And now my big thing is you get all excited, and then life happens, and something, because I'm on a mountain right now as far as everything's going great, but there's a valley coming. So my prayers and my prep for myself has been preparing for that valley. So I know it's going to go down, and I'm not even talking about Ziegler per se, but there's going to be up and down in my life. But I can't let the down be so down to where it can't completely take the joy out of my heart, and where I'm not functioning, which is what happened this year. So,
And when you lose yourself again.
Yeah, I don't want to lose myself again. And the only way I can't do it. So when I finally realized, and I don't know who on here is, I mean, I know some of you guys or many of you that I know are God girls, but I can't do it by myself. I'm a fixer. I've always been a fixer. You give me a problem, I'm going to solve it. I have to get out of his way. I am not God. He's the only person, or the only person that can keep that going in me. I can't do it, because if I could do it by myself, I would have already done it. Right. And I've prayed for my business before, but this is different. I'm praying for him to lead me to, I know I'm called to do this, just like I know I was called to catch babies for as many years as I have been. I'm called to do this. This is what is going to leave a legacy for my family. This is what's going to, this year, if it hadn't taught me anything, it's to appreciate time with my family. I mean, my husband really was in danger of not making it with the blood clots twice. They were very concerned about him. My son, one day I'll use it as a story and I'll tell you guys the deal, but some of you that are, know, but he close to losing him in December. So if it hasn't been anything, my priority needs to be God, family, singular. I can't be there for my family if I'm always at work that isn't at home. Something that I can do from anywhere is what I need to do. And the fact that I found products that are second to none, a company that has a spiritual basis, the community. I mean, you guys, everyone on here loved me when I didn't do an event for a year because I couldn't. Not only could I not because of work, I don't think even if I had been off work, I could have dug myself up to put barely the amount of clothes that fit me in a suitcase and drag myself. I was in a bad place. So thank you to everybody that's been there for me. I mean, loved me through it, but there are a lot of little things that go in. It doesn't have to be this big event that pops you into fulfilling your singular destiny. It can be a bunch of little things, but consistent little things that add up and just cause an explosion. So now I'm talking to everybody. I'm the Uber driver, the nail people, everybody. Liam's like, hey, are you going to go talk to her too? You didn't talk to her. She's not the waitress, but she's the checkout person. I'm like, yeah, I'm going to talk to her too. I'm channeling Melissa, to be honest. If you've ever been out with Melissa on any regular basis, we cannot go anywhere without her asking, oh, wow, hey, well, how long have you done this? Do you really like it? Tell me about yourself. I really like your energy. I would love to send you some information on my, ex affiliate, and talks to everybody. I'm her. I'm that now. I'm that girl. So I don't really know what else to say. I'm just praying that he keeps that fire going, that he helps me, be that leader on my team that I need to be. And, Kendra has been here with me the whole time, loving me when you're not that easy to love sometimes when you're going through a lot. And she's not my leader. I'm her leader. So I appreciate that as well. But it's a bunch of little things put together. And then it's keeping that fire lit. You have to figure out how that fire can stay lit. And for me, that isn't me. That's him. So.
Well, I wish I had a mic because I would just drop it because that, yeah, all the other questions I was going to ask as well. But I love, I mean, just the, just the energy that you have and just the excitement that you have. It's revved my fire back up, and it's just like it's a waterfall effect and it's exciting. And I love, and Kendra too. And, other people, I'm seeing other people come, start doing things again and showing up again that, have just been absent for a while. And what would you tell somebody if they're in a place where they just feel like, oh, I'm just falling so far behind. I just don't see a way to get up, to get back. What would you tell them right now?
I mean, for a long time, I told myself, just do it. Just keep doing it again. Get on your knees, ask for help. I mean, ask for that guidance, ask to bring the people to you, ask for him to show you how to become the leader that you need to be, that your team deserves. That's the only way I personally could get out of my hole, because telling myself to do it wasn't working. Because I would tell myself every day, okay, do some follow-ups, okay, do this, do that. That's not fire, that's box checking. And there are some days I know it's going to be like that, where you're going to be like, well, I'm not feeling it today, and I'm just going to have to check some boxes. That is not what's going to get you up in the morning excited. That is not going to attract people. I'm in Pilates. I have 4 instructors now. I've only been going to Pilates regularly. I've been going like once a week for several months, but I've only been going unlimited for like 3 weeks. I have 4 instructors that have asked me why I'm in such a good mood at 6:30 in the morning for Pilates, why I have so much energy. They know I turned 53 last week. Why are you? And I tell them first, it's God. Like, that's where my joy comes from. But my energy is coming from singular. My joy is coming from God, but my energy is coming from singular. And the fire in my belly is coming from him too. But I'm telling you, reach out to other people, but that doesn't always work either, because I have other people that encourage me and love me and help me with singular and with other things. It has to come from in you. And for me, the only way it could come from in me is for him to be in me. I don't even know how else to explain it. And I sound like I'm at a revival, but that is just the truth. I mean, it's the truth.
Yeah, I get it. Definitely get it.
You do.
I do. Well, I just say this. I mean, y'all, it's just, I had spent the weekend in Canada. I spent an entire day. We went to training on Saturday and got done at 3:00. And me and Curtis and Brock left. We went and drove in a car, and I had Curtis's ear the whole time. So y'all know I asked a lot of questions. And so he said that he's been in this industry for a long, long time. And he said that there are waves that go through. And he said that we're on the uphill of this valley, of this slope. He says it happens. He says you can go back and look over history. He says it's about every 8 years that it happens, just like with businesses, just like with mortgages, look, just like with all of the other things. He said, if you just hang on, he said, if you can just get your team to hang on, he said, when we come out of this, it's going to be bigger than it ever was. He said, there's people that are noticing us. We're opening up in these other markets, and there's people that are noticing us now while the market's like this. They're getting out of other companies. And so for those of us who get in and keep talking about our compensation plan and keep talking about the business, when this thing starts going and people start looking again and see the market rising up, we're the ones those people are going to look for. We're the ones that we can say, oh, we made it through this. I didn't quit because I love this. I love this company. I love these people. I love this compensation plan. And we're going to have our pick at people, but we can't close our doors now. We got to keep our doors open now. And don't get distracted by things. Don't think that their grass is greener on the other side. Don't, just reach for the new shiny object. Is it hard right now? Yeah, it's hard. But we're all going to get through it as a team, and we've got to keep keeping on. I mean, Breia's doing better now than she's done in 2 years. I mean, it's insane what she's doing. That just goes to show you there are people out there still looking. People out there spending $400 to $500 a month on these shots. So you don't think people are spending money on weight loss programs? They are. We've just got to show them that there's a better way. We've just got to show them that we have a place at our table for them. We just got to love on them. We've got to give them a place of belonging. We've got to give them the answer that they're looking for whatever it is that they're looking for. So just do it. Go do it. Do the things. Find the people. It's not going to be behind a keyboard, though. You're going to have to get people on the phone. You're going to have to talk face to face. You're going to have to go and build relationships with people because that's what's working right now. Breia has got me on the phone with people every single day, several. Today we did a call with her and somebody in Stacy Loftus. She got me on the phone, and while I'm on the phone, I'm getting other people on the phone. You know, she did a call with a lady that did Mary Kay. I'm on the phone with her. I get Tara Kelly on the phone. I mean, and that's what's getting people. That is what's attracting people. And it's okay to do that. Just do one a day, one call a day. You don't have to do 15 like Breia. I mean, but if you want to grow like Bria's growing, yeah, you do.
Yep.
You know,
my goal is executive by Zing Fling. So I have a lot of phone calls to make. And today I was on the phone so much. My phone said it was overheated because I was outside on the phone. I was inside on the phone. It was crazy, but it's worth it. What does Melissa always say? We have to be willing to do those things that people don't want to do. We have to be willing to do those things now, make those sacrifices now, so we can live later how other people can't.
Yeah. So I know that people say that they don't have time to do this. So I want you to go to your settings phone right now. Go to your settings on your phone. And I'm going to do this with you guys. I'll actually share my screen so you guys can see. So, okay, so you go to your settings on your phone, go down to screen time and click on where it says screen time. And then look at your daily average. Hang on, I'm going to go back to the week before. There you go. Daily average. What is y'all's daily average that you're spending on your phone already? Anybody want to share there? Y'all saw mine, 11 hours and something.
Yeah, mine was 8 hours and 9 minutes.
Okay. Kendra, do you know what yours is? Bambi, Nancy, what's yours?
Mine isn't set up. I got to set mine up, I guess.
That's what mine wasn't set up either. So it said 0 when Melissa made me do that.
What is yours?
5 hours and 5 minutes.
Okay.
That's just for today.
Yeah, you got to go back to the week before, but still
I was
5 hours.
trying to figure that out. Well,
Bambi,
I have a hard time being on the phone at work because they've already said whoever's on the phone is going to get fired. So, what?
Yeah, but you spent 5 hours today on the phone.
As soon as I got out of work,
Yeah,
my little ear was plugged into my phone.
there you go. So you can still find the time. What's yours, Bambi?
It says, if I'm reading it right, it says 10 hours and 35 minutes for last week.
So if somebody tells you that they don't have time, take them to this on their phone. Because guaranteed you can help them find the time. I did this for the people in Canada, and we did a whole training on how much time can you spend on your singular business today, and how much time, if nothing else, you can commit. And they were saying 1 hour, 2 hour, 3 hours. I said, how much time are you spending today? And they were saying 2 hours. I said, okay, subtract your scrolling, subtract making your goals, subtract talking to your team about anything other than Zingular, subtract making your list, and then how many hours are you spending on Zingular? And it was a lot less. And they were just like, well, I don't have any more time. So I'll take them to that on that. And then I made them write down their why. And I said, okay, you look at your why and you look at the time that you're spending right now. Is that all your why is worth? Kind of eye opening. If you look at the reason that you need this and the reason that the things that you could use the money to help with you and other people, you look at that versus I'm gonna mute Kendra.
I'm sorry.
You look at that versus, what you're actually spending versus what you want. And does it coincide? Can you find more time? So that was the thing that was my big thing up in Canada. And it was very eye opening to them. So I thought I'd share that with you guys. But I love y'all so much. Has anybody got anything? Brea's headed back to the hospital. She's on call. So
Yeah, I'm actually not on call. I'm going to put out a fire because I'm in case catching babies occasionally isn't enough. I'm the director of the whole midwifery service. So if there's an issue, it doesn't matter what time, I'm paid enough that I come in.
Yeah.
So,
Can we
All
get
right.
the Zoom from earlier so I can send it to you?
I'm
a couple-
uploading it right now.
Okay, thank you.
Yep, let me see what it's at. Hang on. It's at 95%. So it takes forever. That's why some of them don't get put up till the next day. So, and I also cropped out all the stuff where we got messed up on it. So, all right.
Thank-
Anybody? All right, well, I'm going to declare Ephesians 3:20 over us. God is going to do exceedingly and abundantly more than we can think or ask because we honor him. His blessings are going to chase us down and just overtake us. We are in the right place at the right time, and I declare a boldness to rise up in all of you. He's going to open supernatural doors. People are going to seek us out, and we are going to rise in the ranks because we give him the honor and glory. Love y'all.